only one place
Here's
in
what
the
I think.
federal guidelines where you can have 10 machine and get 1 year of community service.
50 Cent has once again lit up the internet, this time taking direct aim at T.I. in what fans are calling one of his most brutal takedowns yet. The Queens mogul didn't mince words during a fiery livestream, calling T.I. a Hollywood clown and accusing him of selling out his roots to chase mainstream fame. The rant came after T.I. made comments about prioritizing his acting career and distancing himself from rap.
I said, how you feel when them New York and shit like 50 and all them niggas be trying to do all that old...
I'ma tell you something. When you're fighting a man with no arms, expect
50 Cent pounced on the opportunity, blasting T.I. for abandoning the culture that made him. "You ain't the king of the South no more," 50 sneered. "You're just another actor trying to play tough on red carpets." Social media instantly caught fire, with fans split down the middle. Some applauded 50 for keeping it real, while others defended T.I.'s versatility and career longevity. Memes flooded Twitter, painting the clash as yet another iconic 50 Cent feud. T.I. has not issued a full response yet, but insiders say he isn't letting the insult slide and may fire back soon. With 50's reputation for relentless trolling and T.I.'s pride on the line, this feud could quickly spiral into one of the year's ugliest hip-hop battles. T.I. learned the hard way when 50 Cent began dragging him relentlessly over long-standing snitching allegations. That label has haunted T.I. for years, shadowing his career and earning him constant disrespect from peers and critics alike. 50 was among the loudest voices keeping the controversy alive, ensuring the stigma followed T.I. everywhere he went.
Look, even for me personally, my character never try to attack my character. They'll say he a rat or he just a snap.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is ask him who I told on.
Paperwork.
I ain't never told on no in my life.
Yeah.
In the Prem situation, look at this case. It'll tell you who told on.
Right.
My name ain't in that case.
At first, T.I. attempted to brush off 50 Cent's remarks and keep things professional, but tensions escalated. T.I. eventually fired shots of his own, challenging 50 to a 20-track versus battle, even suggesting it take place as a birthday event. That move only fueled 50's infamous pettiness. He resurfaced the old 2008 Crime Stoppers commercial where T.I. encouraged citizens to report crimes, and the internet had a field day with it. Despite their early history of collaboration, including joint tracks and mutual respect, the accusations never stopped haunting T.I., adding more fuel. Rumors claimed T.I. was once in line to play Davis McLean in Power, but allegedly lost the role because of his feud with 50. T.I. denied the speculation, insisting there was no truth to it and stating both men still had respect. However, 50 Cent has never confirmed that narrative, leaving space for debate. How did T.I. end up with this lasting reputation that keeps 50 Cent and others at arm's length? And how did things spiral so far between them? To understand it, the timeline has to be broken down carefully. 50 and T.I. go way back and their tensions are far from new.
Like, you see a snitch, slap him when you see him, knock his nose off. So next time I'm out, instead of asking for a picture like a little hoe ass, come on, knock my nose out if you think I'm a snitch. Come on, quit smiling in my face trying to get in my section. Oh, play with me, think you're talking to. Play with your name. King never gave no information to get anybody in no but now time with no police. If I am working with the police, it'll be to get him to shoot. What you talking about? Play with me.
The push for a versus showdown rubbed many the wrong way. T.I. wouldn't let the idea die even when others saw it as unnecessary. Then he stirred the pot further by criticizing East Coast rappers, naturally putting himself on a collision course with 50 Cent. But the most damaging chapter came from the infamous 2007 Crime Stoppers advertisement. At the time, T.I. was facing severe legal trouble, busted on weapons charges and staring down the possibility of a 20-year sentence. To soften his image and possibly influence his fate, T.I. appeared in a public service announcement urging citizens to report crimes. While the intent may have been rehabilitation, in hip-hop it landed as betrayal. The whispers of T.I. being a snitch spread like wildfire, and 50 Cent wasted no time keeping that narrative alive, even immortalizing it in G Unit's You So Tough. He mocked T.I. with lines about dodging heavy time through suspicious means, cementing the perception.
Innocent or guilty, criminal or citizen, that could get them any time for any crime. Say, look, if it say, sir, did you see such and such do such and such? Oh, wait a minute. Only time. The only time.
Just hours before T.I. was set to perform at the BET Hip Hop Awards, federal agents swooped in. He was arrested on serious weapons charges after his own bodyguard, secretly a federal informant, handed over 3 machine guns and 2 silencers in exchange for $12,000 cash. As a convicted felon, T.I. had no legal right to possess firearms, especially high-powered automatics. The case looked airtight, yet despite the severity, he avoided what most assumed would be a mandatory decade-long sentence. Instead, his punishment was shockingly light. 1 year of house arrest, 2,500 hours of community service, and a short prison stint. This is where 50 Cent's commentary on "You So Tough" gained traction. He rapped about how even the best legal team would normally secure 9 or 10 years minimum for charges like these. The fact that T.I. walked with such a light penalty left room for speculation. 50 didn't directly name him, but the implications were heavy and the public connected the dots. By 2020, the Crime Stoppers video resurfaced again, right when Tekashi 6699 dominated headlines for testifying against 9 Trey members. The timing reignited controversy, and once 50 Cent caught wind, he pounced. He even joked on Twitter that the first track he'd play in a Versus battle against T.I. would be "You So Tough."
I seen a post today where they were saying that you were supposed to be in, I guess one of the Power, what's the name? I guess 2 of the actors on the show said that you were actually supposed to be on the show, and then they replaced you with Method Man, and they weren't expecting it or something.
No, that's not true. 50 and I, we were executive producers on a different show outside of the Power universe. But nah, man, me and 50 cool. I'm the only one who's not offended by his brass approach, and he's not offended by mine. So, you know, we play rough, but we ain't no issues.
The tweet came packaged with both the Crime Stoppers ad and an audio snippet of the track. The internet ran wild, turning T.I. into a trending topic overnight. Of course, T.I. didn't let it slide. He fired back in the comments, denying any accusations of cooperating with law enforcement. He insisted he had never provided information to secure lighter sentencing for himself or to put anyone else behind bars. But he didn't stop there. T.I. also threw shade back at 50 Cent, suggesting maybe 50 himself had skeletons in his past. He wrote, "The video clip is cute. Poor taste, but cute. However, I prefer facts. I've never given any information to any form of law enforcement to get nobody no time for no crime ever. 50 Cent, can you say the same?" That was T.I.'s sharp response. He then reposted 50's jab on Instagram with a long caption, doubling down on his challenge for a Versus battle. T.I. wrote, "I'll take this as an acceptance of my catalog challenge." We got him. He bit the bait. "Set this up so I can finally shut this watermelon head. Invisible Neck Ninja up once and for all." Once again, T.I. denied cooperating with law enforcement, insisting the Crime Stoppers clip was nothing more than an outdated public service tool. He added, "As far as this clip goes, it's cute, old, outdated, and in poor taste, much like your catalog, 50 Cent. But facts remain. I've never given any information to any form of law enforcement to get anybody time for any crime." Then came the dagger. T.I. claimed that Supreme, the infamous Queens figure who had long-standing beef with 50 Cent, told him to ask 50 the same question. Could he say he never cooperated? From there, Tip fired off his final words, "Let's set this date. Select your songs off that one hot album you got, and let's lay your little overrated, outdated, steroid-inflated catalog to rest."
Hey, what's happening, y'all? Some people call me Tip, but this is about another kind of tip that can help our mothers, our sisters, our brothers, and our fathers help get the perpetrators who commit crimes against them off the streets. All you gotta do is call Crime Stoppers Atlanta. Tips can be anonymous, and there's even a reward. The number to Crime Stoppers Atlanta is 404-577-8477. That's 404-577-TIPS. Channel 2, community.
See what I'm saying? But they talking about, they try to use, because I need to order protection, but why it feels like I'm the out here then? If I needed protection, you needed protection. And your protection gone.
Rip to 50 Cent's catalog. I've seen you call others clowns for years, but not the king. You got the right one. It could bring me too. Clearly, 50 Cent struck a nerve. T.I. wasn't letting this slide, and instead of brushing it off, he went full force to defend his name. Shortly after unloading on Instagram, he jumped on Instagram Live with comedian Kelly K-Dub Walker, addressing the snitching allegations once again. T.I. insisted he had no history of cooperating with the feds and was determined to set the record straight. But of course, it didn't end there. He brought up the infamous Crime Stoppers commercial again during an appearance on the Big Facts podcast. When asked how he felt about people calling him a rat because of the ad, T.I. doubled down and stood firm, refusing to budge. When pressed further about New York rappers like 50 Cent throwing shade over the ad, T.I. dismissed the criticism and defended his stance. But the situation escalated again. Roughly a week after the interview aired, 50 Cent decided to clap back. In a now-deleted Instagram post, he reposted a clip from T.I.'s podcast appearance with a direct warning. This was a week ago. This man was telling me about a comedy show he was working on backstage. I don't like this kind of energy. It wouldn't be a good idea to come around me again. Respectfully, stay away from me. The drama was already messy, but it got even worse after the tragic death of King Von. Shortly after the Chicago rapper was killed in Atlanta on November 6, 2020, T.I. decided to weigh in on the city's violence. His words sparked immediate backlash, and 50 Cent was one of the first to call him out. T.I. wrote, "Atlanta is a beautiful, progressive city filled with black excellence. We uplift each other and win together. Stop coming here to kill each other. That is just played out." He captioned the post with, "Handle your beefs in your city. Thanks in advance, King." But the statement didn't sit right, especially in the aftermath of King Von's death. 50 Cent quickly responded, sharing an Instagram story from King Von's sister Kayla, who blasted T.I. and asked 50 to step in. Vincent then addressed T.I. directly. "You gotta chill. You bugging for saying anything. They got casualties. This is real. I don't know what you was thinking, but rethink it. Now they are hurting. They love that boy. He was way out. I bet you don't even realize they were looking at you for what you just said. What hood you from again? Come on now." It's quiet time now. That response forced T.I. into silence, at least temporarily. But as expected, he didn't stay quiet for long. Soon, rumors began swirling that T.I. was close to landing a role in 50 Cent's Power universe, but supposedly lost it because of their feud. The speculation started when Gianni Paolo, who plays Braden Weston, told TMZ there were whispers T.I. was originally supposed to play Davis McLean, the slick attorney now portrayed by Method Man. According to Michael Rainey Jr., who plays Tariq, the cast showed up on set one day, and Method Man was just there, no warning, no heads up. This fueled rumors that 50 Cent replaced T.I. out of spite. But when T.I. heard the gossip, he jumped on Tony the Closer's podcast to shut it down, insisting there was no truth and that he and 50 still had respect for each other. Still, while T.I. publicly praised 50 Cent, the silence from 50 spoke volumes. He didn't bother to confirm or deny whether that respect was mutual. And even though 50 hasn't been dragging T.I. as much as other rivals lately, one thing is clear: 50 Cent never forgets. Fans remain split. Some agree with 50, pointing to T.I.'s light sentence and Crime Stoppers ad. One fan even wrote, "I've never in my life seen a 1-year sentence for over 30 guns. Something doesn't add up." Others fired back, saying 50 Cent has no room to talk, calling it a case of the pot calling the kettle black. So what's the real truth? Is 50 Cent exposing something everyone else is too scared to say? Or is this just another example of old grudges fueling new rumors? One thing's for sure, these two names stay tied to controversy, and fans will keep dissecting every move.